Hello guys, welcome back to another video today. And today we'll be ranking all the figures I got in 2021. This is the remake because I don't like the way I did the ranking the figures last year, so I'm gonna do a remake, which is this video. And originally there were 4 parts, but the 4th part never could be uploaded. So this is the remake. So starting off the list, there are 29 figures from 2021. So starting off, here is Kingdom Starscream. Now I don't really have anything against Kingdom Starscream, the core class one, because he is a good figure. I didn't really expect to like him as much as I do, but here he is. He is cool, but the thing is, the reason why he's at the bottom is because with like the flick of a finger, his guns will fall off, and that's how they are. See? They just fall right off. So he can't really hold his guns well. And then next up on the list is the original 2007 Long Arm, which is the tow truck. It is a good figure, but I did actually break the hook right here, if you can see. I don't know if you can see it too well. Like, focus. See how it's cracked? I did step on it, so I did crack it. He is a good figure, but the only thing is, it is an old figure from 2007, about 15 years ago. So compared to modern figures, it doesn't really hold up because like it can't pose as well. But it's still a good figure. I usually have it towing my Transformers around on display. Next up is the 2007 Wheelie. So here he is. Now Wheelie here is a cool figure. I like this guy. He can switch between a Decepticon and an Autobot. You can just switch this around. His fingers can bend. He is a good figure. I really like it. The only thing is, when you transform him, everything has to be aligned perfectly. If it's not aligned perfectly, it won't work right. It won't transform right. But he is a good figure. I do like him. And he is one of my favorite characters from the movies, so I'm glad I do have him. Next up on the list is the originals Revenge of the Fallen Jolt. So there's Jolt right there. And Jolt is cool. I got him back in April of 2021. So, I didn't know there was a Studio Series version coming out until a few months later. But I think this one's better because the Studio Series version of Jolt, I don't know, the head's not right. It doesn't seem right to me. I think this one was better, so I'm glad I got this one instead. Next up on the list is the Kingdom Drax. Now he is cool. This one's cool, but the only thing is that sometimes he has a hard time standing because the panels right here, there's really nothing to clip onto, so sometimes he can just fall over. But over time, I've discovered how to make him stand right, and also he is clear plastic. This whole back right here, this whole section right here is clear plastic, as you can see. So that's the only reason why he's here. But he's good. He's a good figure. Next up on the list is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee 2-packs. High Octane Bumblebee and Stinger. Now these two are cool. High Octane Bumblebee, I always wanted him. The only way I could get him was in a 2-pack, so here he is. But what I've realized is that this whole thing's clear plastic, which can break real easily. Even this part right here is clear plastic. But he's cool. You can see his head right there. And then the Studio Series Stinger, he's cool, but the transformation is actually very complicated for a deluxe class Stinger. I only transformed him a few times because it's very difficult to transform Stinger. But these two are good. Next up on the list is the Generation Whirl. I think that's how you say it. So here he is. Now this one is kind of an odd transformer because he has one eye. He looks like a Decepticon. But Whirl here is cool. I have not put on his sticker still. I think I said that in their first ranking video. And I will put on his stickers eventually, but I just keep forgetting. So here he is. He is a good figure, but the thing is his legs, the way his legs are designed, that they bend back instead of forward, and he kind of has a hard time standing sometimes, and he can't really hold his arms up. Probably because this figure is, I'm not sure how old this figure is. I think it's from 2012, so almost 11 years ago. Next up on the list is Earthrise Smokescreen. So here's Earthrise Smokescreen. Here's a good figure. He's a remold of the Siege Prowl, but he's still a good figure. But the only thing is, when you transform him and you peg in the door, it really applies a lot of pressure to this point right here, to these joints, these hinges. So I'm afraid over time it might break, so I don't transform him fully. But he's a good figure, Smokescreen. And sometimes he has a hard time standing too. Next up on the list is the Studio Series B127. So here's B127 right here. And I like this figure, but it is a remold of the Cliff Jumper. But he does have a big backpack, as you can see, and it is all clear plastic. But I think it's a good figure. I like the cannon that he comes with. This is a really good figure. Next up on the list is the Kingdom Warpath. So here is Kingdom Warpath. I like Warpath. This is a cool figure. I remember when I first heard about Kingdom, I didn't really care about any of the characters. All I wanted was Warpath. And then I did find Warpath in the Target, so I got him immediately back in January of 2021. So here's Warpath. He is an awesome figure. He only comes with one accessory, which is this panel. It can be used as a shield, but I just put it on the side. And he does have a terrific tank mode. I like his tank mode. The turret can move around. So Warpath here is a good figure. Next up on the list is the Studio Series 86 Blur. Now Blur here is a good figure. The only problems I have with Blur is that these panels right here, I wish they would fold into the arm. They just sit there. But he's a good figure. He has a gun and he has a welder. Not too many Transformers come with welders nowadays. But he's a good figure. I like Blur here. Next up on the list is the Transformers Titans Return reissue Chrome Dome. Now this is not the original one. This is the reissue of 2021. Out of all the Headmasters, I did want Chrome Dome the most, but I never found him. I had to travel a little farther to find Chrome Dome, and I did find him eventually. The reason why he's kind of towards the middle of the list is because his arm is kind of weak. So that's why he's lower. If his arms weren't like that, he probably would be higher. But he's a good figure. He has good paint application. He has 2 guns, and he is a Headmaster. So next up on the list is the Transformers Kingdom Huffer. So here is Huffer, and he has a shield. I like the shield that he comes with, and he has a his gun, and he is a good figure. So there he is. I like the he gets into a little semi truck, and he can pull Optimus Prime's trailer. I do like that he can do that. He is a really good figure. I definitely did enjoy this one a lot more than I anticipated. Next up on the list is the Transformers Titans Return reissue Brainstorm. So here's Brainstorm. Now Brainstorm here, I wanted him back in Titans Return, but I never found him. But come to find out, he was a Walgreens exclusive back then. But I did find him in a Walmart, the reissued version, this one. And I do think that he is awesome. He has stickers on him. Well, they're not stickers, they're actually painted onto him. He has a can, he has a gun. Then he has like a shield, but it's also a cannon. Oh, took it off. And he is cool. He is a remold of the Titans Return Blur. But I don't mind because he's a good figure. It's a really good Transformer. And I think they did a good job with Brainstorm here. Next up on the list is the Studio Series 86 Cup. Now Cup is cool. His arms and legs can fall off. Well, not fall off, but they can come off. Like that scene where he got ripped apart in the movie. And he does come with a gun and his Energon goodie. Now he can say the universal greeting. And so here's Cup. A lot of people have a problem with his limbs falling off. I don't have that problem. They stay on tightly. And he is a good figure. I like this Cup. It is definitely better than the Titans Return version. Next up on the list is the Kingdom Warfare Cybertron Ultra Magnus. Now Ultra Magnus, I actually did almost buy the Siege version, but I did hear rumors they were going to make an Earthrise version. So I waited until that one, but they never did. But they did make him in Kingdom, and I was so happy when he got revealed. because I did want Ultra Magnus to complete the 86 cast, and I finally got one, and they made him in Kingdom. So here he is. This Autobot symbol, I actually put this here myself because the toy didn't come with one. He has 2 missiles, he has a cannon, and he doesn't have the guns on his legs like on the Siege version, but I don't mind because he only had that in G1, the silver gun. He is a big Transformer, a big leader class, but he is cool. I do like Ultra Magnus. 10 out of 10. Next up on the list is the Transformers Studio Series 86 Sweep. Now Sweep here is cool. I got Sweep during Christmas of 2021, and he is awesome. He is a remold of Scourge. I did see Scourge a lot when the 86 line first came out, but I didn't really think to get him. But by the time I realized I wanted to get him, I never saw him, so I just went with the 86 Sweep because they're basically the same figure. So here he is, and he is awesome. The only problems I have with him is sometimes his legs are kind of weak, like sometimes he'll just fall over. And his cape sometimes can get a bit messy, but it's okay. He is a good figure. And he can hold a Matrix. And then the next figure up on the list is the Transformers Kingdom Cyclonus. So Cyclonus is cool. And then Cyclonus, I had a hard time finding Cyclonus. I went to every store in my town, and I did travel outside of town just to find Cyclonus, and I finally found him. And I finally got Cyclonus. He was a hard figure to get because I never really saw him, only saw him a few times. But here he is. His light piping is really good, as you can see. His eyes are glowing. He has one gun. Now this figure is awesome. He is practically flawless. This guy is just awesome. Except this little wheel right here. It just kind of falls out. But other than that, this figure is perfect system. An awesome figure. And he does have no backpack, and he is accurate to the G1 show. So Cyclonus here is an awesome figure. Next up on the list is the Transformers crossover Ectotron. So here is Ectotron, and he is cool. I remember finding out that they did a Ghostbuster crossover, and I did try to get the original one, but I never found it. But then I found out they were doing a reissue of him, so I knew it was my chance to get him. So I finally got him. I remember he was a Target exclusive, and this guy is kind of tall. So there he is. He did come with a comic book, but I don't know where it is, so I'm not gonna show it off. He did come with these two. He came with these 2 monsters, and he is really cool. His vehicle mode is just awesome. It's the Ghostbuster car, and it is an official licensed car, whatever that car may be. I'm not sure what it's called, but here he is. He has the Proton Pack, and he is definitely awesome. One of the best. So up next are the top 10 Transformers of the year, in my opinion, of 2021. Keep that in mind, 2021. So here is Gigawatt. Now Gigawatt is probably the best crossover figure I own, and probably will ever own, because this is one of the best crossover figures, in my opinion, that's ever existed. It is Gigawatt. I remember hearing about this, and I wanted him so bad, and I did, and then finally you could order him on Walmart.com. And I ordered him the day he came out, and I got him, and he is one of the best figures of all time. You can see those dates on him. And then he has the cannon, Mr. Fusion cannon, the hook, and his vehicle mode is just awesome. It is a real DeLorean, and it is just an awesome figure. The doors can open, it can roll, it can have this pole like in the movie, it can have the Mr. Fusion on the back, and the wheels can fold up like the Cars line. I love this toy right here. Gigawatt is one of the best figures I own. Next up on the list is the Transformers Kingdom Core Class Soundwave. Now you may be thinking, how did this little guy win? Well, not win, but how is he in the top 10? But this little guy, when I first saw him, I thought, oh, he's cool, and that was it. In stores, I never really bought him. But my friend actually gave him to me during Christmas, and he is awesome. One of the best Core Class figures of all time. His posability is actually really good. He can bend. He has a lot of detail, a lot of paint applications. He turns into a boombox. or a cassette, like in the show. He does have one of these, I think, a cassette, and that's how he looks. He is one of the best figures, the core class figures that I own, and he is definitely one of the awesomest ones I own. So next up on the list is the Studio Series. I'm not sure what number he is, but the Studio Series Roadbuster. Now Roadbuster here is, I got him in January of 2021, early January of 2021. I got him, well, originally I got him for Christmas of 2020, but he didn't get here until the first week of January 2021. So I guess he counts as the first figure of 2021, but here he is. And this guy is awesome. He completed the Wreckers. This was the last Wrecker I bought. Now I have all three of them. So here he is. He is awesome. He has one gun. I kind of wish he came with his chainsaw that like he had in the movie, in the concept art, but he's still cool. He's a deluxe class. His car mode is just awesome, and his backpack is kind of big, but it's okay. I can forgive it. This guy is awesome. Roadbuster right here. Next up on the list is the Studio Series 86 Wreck-Gar. So here is Wreck-Gar. Now Wreck-Gar, when I first saw Wreck-Gar, when he was first revealed, I kind of didn't really think anything of it because I had the Titans Return version. But I did watch some reviews on him, and he seemed like a really awesome figure. And then I did see him in my local Walmart one day, and I was looking at him. I had a choice between him and Thrust, and then I was looking at Wreck-Gar, and Wreck-Gar looked better in my opinion. So I got Wreck-Gar, and now here he is. He is an awesome figure. This guy is one of the best figures in the collection. This thing spins. He's tall. He's a big Voyager. He has these two wheels. He's very poseable. The bike mode, Transformers actually can hold these handles on him in bike mode, and he can actually drag them around. He has two kickstands, so he can stand in bike mode. And this guy's just awesome. This is one of the best 86 figures in my opinion. Next up on the list is the Transformers Studio Series 71 Dino. So here is Dino. I keep his blades like this so they, I don't know, to me they just look better. But here is Dino. I'm from Dark of the Moon. Dark of the Moon is my personal favorite of the 5 live action movies. And Dino was always one of my favorite characters. And when I heard they were gonna make a toy of him, I was so happy they were going to, because the past Dino toys weren't the best. They were just remolds of other characters, and I don't buy third-party figures, so I don't really consider that. But here is the Studio Series version. I think they did good. It's not a real Ferrari. It's not licensed by Ferrari, but it is a sports car. And it is a fancy car in car mode, and it is a good figure. I remember I wanted this guy, and he came out on May 1st, which is actually my birthday. So I wanted him for my birthday. And then that weekend, the weekend of my birthday, I did travel out of the town kind of far away, and then we stopped at a Walmart, and here they had Dino and they had B127, and I was so happy, and I got Dino and I got B127 too. I was more excited for Dino, and I was so happy. I got him on my birthday, and he is one of the best figures I own. So there's Dino. Like I say, I Dino, but he's cool. Oh, and we're in the top 5. So Dino here made it in the top 5. Okay, so number 4 now. Next up is the Studio Series Galvatron. Sorry. Next up is the Transformers Kingdom Galvatron. So here is Galvatron. Now this is the Kingdom version. I didn't know they were making a Legacy version until I already bought this one. But to me there's really no difference except maybe the shoulders and the paint applications here. But I remember when they first set up Galvatron, I knew I just had to have him. And then I did travel again. I traveled out of town kind of far. And then I came across Galvatron in a Target. And I remember I was looking for Scourge. I wanted Scourge and Inferno at the time. And then I remember going to Target, and I just found Galvatron. He was sitting right there. And then I asked my mom if I could get him. She said yes, so I got him. And I remember going to the checkout and thinking, but he's not supposed to be out for another month. And here they let me take him. because I think his release date was July something, and I found him in June, early June. So I did get Galvatron, and I was so happy to get Galvatron. And here he is. He has the cannon. He has the Matrix. He has the 2 cannons. He is a big leader class. I was surprised he was this big. But Galvatron is one of the most awesome ones. Okay, now in the top 3. Oh wait, no, sorry. Top 4. Sorry, wait. Okay, I'm getting lost. Dino did not make it in the top 5. Dino was in spot number 6. Galvatron is the 5th one. So Galvatron made it in the top 5. So next up here is Hot Rod, the Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. Now this figure is a Voyager, but he is a deluxe class figure size. I remember thinking if I should or shouldn't buy it, but I did see him in stores and I thought I just have to have him. I actually wanted Hot Rod the most out of Blur and Cub, but I went to Walmart one day and they had Scourge, they had Grimlock, they had Cup, they had Blur, but they did not have Hot Rod. So I just got Cup and Blur at the same time. And then about a week later I went back to Walmart and they had Hot Rod, and I knew I just had to have him. So I bought him even though he was a Voyager, but he was a deluxe class toy. But he does a lot. First of all, his transformation is awesome. He's made out of good materials. He can pose really well. The color matching is awesome. He has 2 guns. If you flip this down right here, wait, it's kind of hard to get out. He can have glasses. His hands can transform. His hand can be a welder on this side, and his hand can transform into this peg. He also came with a saw. He came with a saw, and he can have a welder, and he can repair Cup like he did in the movie. And his hands are posable. His fingers do open up. Wait, let me transform this. His hands are posable. And then he did come with 2 blast effects for his guns, or for these right here. And then he did come with a Matrix of Leadership, and you could put this blast effect over it. Well, it's not a blast effect, it's a lighting effect. And then you could have him hold the Matrix like he did in the 86 movie. And then he could be lighting the Darkest Hour. Now I think right there that is an awesome, you can display him like this and he looks awesome. So definitely one of the best figures. And he is, and now we are into the top 3 now. The top 3. So next up is the Studio Series 86 Slag. Now let me give a story real quick. So for the Studio Series Dinobots, like for Grimlock, I really didn't have a plan to get them at all. I thought they were cool, but I already had the Studio Series Grimlock, the Age of Extinction version. So I didn't really think I was going to get the Dinobots. So I didn't buy Grimlock until the very, I didn't buy Grimlock until the very end of 2021. Well, not the very end, but October I bought Grimlock. And Grimlock was really awesome. And then about a week later, my Walmart had Slag. So I bought Slag too. So Grimlock was the first Dinobot, but Slag here takes the 3rd spot. Now this guy is awesome. He is big, like here he is compared to Hot Rod. And then if you just compare them side by side. And then in robot mode, these Dinobots tower over everybody. I think they're 7 inches tall. And these guys are awesome. Slag here is no exception. He is one of the greatest Transformers of all time. He definitely would make the top 20 if I ever get around to making it. But here he is. He comes with Daniel. I don't really have Daniel out. But I do have the core class version of Spike, which I use instead. And he is awesome. The only problems I have with him is in robot mode. His knees sometimes struggle to stay straight. And I kind of wish that he could do something with this tail. It's a gun, but that's the only problem I have. Oh, and the other problem is that his horns, you see his horns, they're just on there, and they come off real easily. That's the only problems I have with him. But other than that, it's a flawless figure, and he is one of the best ones. So Slag is the third spot. Next up on the list is the Studio Series 86 Grimlock. So here is Grimlock. Okay. Now Grimlock is one of the best figures of all time. In the G1 cartoon, Grimlock was one of my favorite characters. And when I bought this, saw this in Walmart one day, I just decided to get him in October. And he did change my mind on all the Dinobots, the 86 Dinobots. And I'm glad he did. So I bought Grimlock, and he was one of the best figures. He just crushed the Titans Return version, and he just crushed the Age of Extinction version. He is a big figure, and he's definitely one of the greatest ones. His arms can bend, his head can look up side to side, his mouth can open. The only problem is I wish he had front teeth. He don't have front teeth. And then he comes with Wheelie. I have the core class version of Wheelie now, which is a lot more posable and can transform. And his gun can go right here, but I don't really keep it there often, so let's put it aside. But Grimlock here is awesome. And then he has a blast effect in his mouth, so he can shoot fire. While Sly can do the same thing. And so, this guy changed my opinion on all the 86 Dinobots. So, because of Grimlock, I got Grimlock, then I got Slag, and then after that I wanted more Dinobots, and then they made Sludge. And now I have all the Dinobots. If they do make a Snarl and a Swoop, I will buy them. If they may ever make it. Because Dinobots are definitely one of the best figures of all time. Okay, so now to the moment we've all been waiting for. The best figure of 2021, the first spawn is, well, it's very obvious on who it is. It is the Kingdom Commander class Rodimus Prime. So here is Rodimus Prime. So Rodimus Prime here, I actually remember this guy got revealed the same time I think as Galvatron, and I wasn't sure if I was going to get him or not, because I already had the Power of the Primes version of him. But I did remember seeing him at Walmart a few times, and I almost got him, but I thought no. But then for Christmas, my mom surprised me and got me Rodimus Prime, and he was awesome. I thought he was going to be a straight remold of Hot Rod, but they are completely different molds. They do share engineering, like the arms and these pieces right here, how they fold up. They do share engineering, but they're not the same figure. And Rodimus here is one of the best figures of all time, if not the best. He can bend any way you want him to. All his fingers are articulated. His legs can bend out. The paint, the plastic quality is just awesome. And he does have the Matrix, because he is the leader of the Autobots. He was, well, now Optimus is. And then he is a Voyager class, but the Voyager class is really good. He technically could be a leader, and he also comes with this big trailer. Now this trailer, I remember seeing pictures of this, the promotional images, and thinking that's a cool trailer, but the trailer is huge compared to him. The trailer actually took up most of the box, so here he is compared to the trailer, and see that the trailer can't even be in frame, the total frame. Now the trailer is big. The trailer has it can be a trailer, obviously. That's what it's been called. That's what I'm calling it. It can be a trailer. It has this cannon here that can shoot blast effects, and this actually can fold up. You fold this like this, take off the blast effects. You can actually put it right here, and then flip this down right here, and then flip this up, and then close it. So there's the trailer. The trailer can be like that, and then you can just store your blast effects in there. Sometimes the trailer has a hard time staying closed, but you can fix it real easily. And then underneath the trailer here, he has a secret compartment, so he has smoke effects, and he does have the Matrix blast effect. You can put them. This is a different one from the 86 version. So here it is compared to the 86 version, and you can put that on the Matrix, and he can hold the Matrix. But one thing to know about this is that how the rims are silver. It was actually black. I just colored it silver with a silver Sharpie. It comes with a blast effect, a blue blast effect, and Rodimus Prime takes the best figure of 2021 without no hesitation. If it wasn't for Rodimus, Grimlock would have won, obviously, because Grimlock's one of the best ones. But Rodimus here is the best one out of 2021. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really enjoyed making it. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video on Thursday, the big video. Who did I get? We'll see who did I get. And then maybe Friday, sometime Friday, the 2022 figures I got ranking video will come out. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video and stay tuned for Friday's video. So thank you guys for watching this video, and like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.